Welcome to another video. My name is Hans. Remember, I am simply doing on the internet. I'm learning these things myself as you are as well. So let's do it together, right? So I'm simply doing on the internet. I don't give out financial advice. And if you're trusting someone on the internet to help you with your finances, you are frankly looking for some trouble. So what's up, Gary? So I don't know if you guys have seen, but I should probably pull it up on Twitter for you guys. But the website is called phux.io, phux.io, right? Let me share this tab here. The Twitter handle is Phux Given, PHUX Given, or Phux.io. Please make sure that you are going to the correct websites, Phux.io, right? So this is a fork of Balancer, right? Now, I used to trade Balancer, and I'll just pull up the chart for you guys. In the last bull market, this was one of my better performing coins. I'm not sure if this is the equivalent of the Phux coin itself. Now, if you sacrificed for PulseChain $1,000, you should have a airdrop at fatty.io, PHATTY.io. I'll just share this tab instead. You can find the airdrop on this site here somewhere. I just need to find it quickly. You know what? I'll leave it in the description down below, because to do this on the fly won't work. I'll share this tab instead. Okay, I'll leave it in the description down below. So it's not much. The last time I checked, I got like $20. But this is a decentralized exchange, right? A little bit more complex than the Uniswap V2 fork. This is the Balancer chart now. This performed incredibly well. This is the weekly chart. This is how it performed in the last bull run. And in fact, this is actually a buy now again. So Balancer has been around for quite some time. I mean, it started trading on Binance in 2020. August 2020 it was released. Probably been trading on Ethereum before that, right? Because this is an Ethereum protocol. Now, what I like about this is that you don't have to use 50-50 liquidity like V2. It's already got 12 million US dollars value locked. It is the famous ecosystem, right? The fiat ecosystem. Fiat is the fork of Aave. Phux is the fork of Balancer. And if you don't know these protocols, you should probably learn a bit more, right? And yeah, so they've run a few sacrifices. They're actually starting a new sacrifice today in a Twitter space for their last protocol called Fame. Disclaimer, I haven't participated in any of the sacrifices. I heard about this a little bit too late. I'm not part of the Island Boys gang, and they tend to keep things between themselves. I'm not saying Buck is part of that, but the Island Boys are everywhere in the chat. Grey Waltz, if you sacrifice like $1,000 for Pulse and Pulse X, you did get an airdrop. You can get that airdrop at fatty.io. Probably go ahead and check out the Phux.io. It's their Twitter handle is Phux Given. So I'm just trying to quickly find out where the airdrop is so I can get it for you guys. It is, yeah, fatty.io/bundles/mint. Let me share this. You're going to connect to your MetaMask wallet and you will see if you did get some. Go ahead and claim that if you want to. It's pretty safe. There's no permissions needed. It's literally just a mint function, so it is super safe. With that, it won't be enough really, but with that, I would suggest going into this pool. Now, this is the pool section. You can see now you don't have to put in 50% like Uniswap version 2, like Pulse X. You can have this weighted in any, you can create any pool you want, right? It doesn't mean it's going to be listed here or it's going to get popular at all. So I'll just use these that are already listed with the team. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think there would be anything wrong with, now this is just a test wallet, so nothing doxing there. Yeah, and just put in like 80% of your Phux, which would be like if you got the free claim, like $20 or something, and put a little bit of PLS in that. If you just want to play around and learn a little bit, so you just go ahead and add liquidity here. 80% of the value needs to be in PHUX. And then you can, there is a little button here when you start adding in coins, which will balance it for you according to the amount that you have in your wallet. And I'll just add it here. But the reason I'm telling you guys this is that this is just speculation, right? And I would expect that Buck is the founder or the CEO or whatever. I'm not sure what he calls himself, but he still has to airdrop some of the Phux tokens to and generally liquidity providers, and the amount of liquidity, maybe some volume traded, would qualify you for a future airdrop. No, this isn't financial advice, nor is this is just me speculating, right? So what I'll be doing is I have a hex stake that is coming out tomorrow. And what I'll do is I'll bridge. Now that's obviously 2 stakes because I got my stakes copied on PulseChain as well. And I'll move my hex over to this side. Now, to answer your question, how to get Phux is you can actually buy it on the market, or you can liquidity farm. You see here, there's 7.5 K liquidity here. There's probably a bit more liquidity on Phux itself. There's a swap here as well. And if you want to get like really crazy order execution between stable coins and you're a whale, swapping between stable coins, this would be the place to do it, as the slippage is a lot lower. Let's see here. So Phux is here. Maybe we'll swap some PulseChain for it. So you can either buy it on market, right? Or you can this comma is this actually 162 point So yeah, don't get confused by the comma. This is about how much we got. I think I got like 1,900 on my airdrop. So yeah, you can either buy it on market, you can liquidity farm it, because this is like the incentive token, right? Unless I am extremely, yeah, okay, you can see here that you do in fact earn the PUH token with the fees that you're swapping. So technically it is kind of better if you accept the risk that there inherently is. There's already 12 million here. They're pretty trusted community as they've already launched eFiat. We've looked at the chart previously. They have now launched this product. I've been looking around at it. Personally, haven't used Balancer myself on Ethereum at all. Yeah, but I have traded the token in the past, and you can see how good it performs. This liquidity tokens don't. I probably shouldn't say they actually do look like this over time, but it doesn't mean you can't get out these areas up here, right? Now I'm not switching between the charts for some stupid reason. Let me just show you. This is the chart of the Balancer token, which is the Phux token. Now, this is probably the reward token for Balancer, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah. So they do perform pretty well when the bull market hits. So that is why I want to add some liquidity here. So what I am doing is I'm going to be bridging over my Ethereum here, and you can see this RH Maxi. This is the pool that I am interested in, as I don't have to really buy any more of any of these tokens because I hold all of them, right? So I'll be bridging over the WX is wrapped X. It is the X from Ethereum side, so don't be confused. Yeah, so I'll be interested in this pool over here. I'll be bridging my tokens over, and then you just add liquidity. Now, 20% of this pool is going to be PHEX, 5% is incentive token, only 10% is wrapped hex or Ethereum hex. So it's half of the weight of the PulseChain hex, and then 25% will be weighted in Pulse X, and then 40% in Pulse. So the vast majority of your pool weight will be in the native coin, which is Pulse. Now, there is impermanent loss, something which you should be aware of. If you don't know what that is, you should probably not participate. And yeah, adding, then on top of that, you earn fees, and on top of that, you earn also the Phux token, right? But this will probably also maybe qualify you for an airdrop in the future of these tokens, which I want because you can see that it performs pretty well. But everything is bonded pretty tightly on PulseChain if it's a good product, and will do pretty well. Let's see what you guys are saying. I've been following you for years. Awesome, bro. You and Sami, cool. Yeah, Sami is a legend. He's pretty on point. Yeah, so with the impermanent loss on this pool is I don't mind having any more of any of these coins, right? I'm not going to put my whole PLS back in here. The price or the amount that I'm going off of is that the staked hex that is coming out. So I can't be using more than that. Now, say you don't have one of these tokens, like I'm not going to have the incentive token. I've been selling incentive token as I've been getting it, right? So this incentive token, if you put nothing here and you've got all of these filled up, you will see there will be a little bit of a slippage, right? Now, 2% slippage and more than that, that's a bit dangerous, especially if you're working with large amounts. But what this will do is then it will shift these ratios around so that you hold 5% of the value in incentive token. So technically, it's going to go onto the market and buy incentive token if you're not adding it or any of the other coins. Now, if you look at the ratios for incentive token, and you've been watching me yesterday and the day before that, I've been showing you this chart. Now, this is the chart of incentive token versus PulseChain. This can go a lot lower, but if you were interested to get this coin, if a granny investor, the little lady, was interested, she would have been getting it in this area, right? This is where value is for this coin, for incentive token versus PulseChain. We're now printing a green candle. We are pretty now a guy told me in the comments that I can't say oversold. Now, I've talked about this numerous times. I know that an asset can become much more sold down, even if it's sold down. It is just an easier way of me to explain to you guys that it's taken some punishment, right? It is sold a lot, right? You get my point. So let's not be too overly yeah, let's just use terms that everybody understands, right? So yeah, but pretty much my point is that if I put in a liquidity position on this liquidity pair here, I'd be selling off some of these smaller or a little bit of each of this position to get incentive token. And pretty much my point is this is actually where you should be getting some incentive token, right? If you were interested in either liquidity providing on PulseChain, maybe compounding it over time, or using Phux.io. Now, I like that there's a little bit of competition. This would incentivize the founders of whichever products to make their product maybe a bit more user-friendly, add more value, which is important, right? This is pretty much the purest form of capitalism that you can find. And capitalism does breed competition. So we do need this. Pretty much my point is incentive token is a deal here. It doesn't mean it can't go lower, but at least you're not buying the top, right? And it's such a small weight here that I don't mind actually just getting some here to participate in this pool. This will also give you swap fees. This will also give you the Phux incentive token, which is called Phux, right? I've shown you the price chart already. I should probably add it to my watch list. I'll do that right now. This is the largest pool. Yeah, you can see it's trending to the upside, performing pretty well. It is new, so we know how new coins do perform well. It was listed all the way down here. Up quite a lot, but yeah, low liquidity, it would just push up the price right here. So the airdropped coins, I showed you guys what I'm doing with the airdropped coins. Maybe you have more than one wallet where you sacrificed from, so you have double the amount, right? We just go back to the pools, and I mean, there would be no harm. You can even use this pool over here. You can see it's weighted 80% Phux. Or if you don't want to waste your PLS on this pool, there is another one here. Let me just find it where Phux is. This one here, the Yeet pool. Yeet. Here you can just go ahead and just add all of your Phux token. There will be a slippage here, but it's fine. That would just give you a load of stable coins, right? And PLS as well. So that's a cool way of selling your Phux just by adding it in here. So yeah, there's a little play here. And if you've got on more wallets, maybe just consolidate them into one account and just pop it in here, and then you'll get some US dollars, some wrapped USDC, and some Pulse and some DAI. And there you've pretty much gone out of the Phux token if you just want to dump it, because you know how the airdrop guys are. They tend to dump these things as they get it. But the price action has been going up, and if you've held on to it, it's gone up in value. And I keep sharing the darn wrong. I'm so sorry, dude, Ash. I'm trying to get used to it. I should just look at this screen here. So Really sorry about that. This is the Phux pool that I was talking about here. It is called the Yeet pool. Let me just go back one more time. You can see the Yeet pool here. You can either go dump your Phux tokens in here, or that is if you want to get rid of it. But it's going to sit in this pool, it's going to earn you fees, etc. Right? Now, there are quite a few cool pools that we can take a look at. The stablecoin pool is the largest. This balancer protocol is favored by the whales for good order execution between the stablecoins. Now, there's lots of tutorials already on Twitter and YouTube for you guys to go take a look at. The order execution is better. You're getting a better price when trading on this exchange for your stablecoin specifically. I'm not sure about the others. There's a prime Phux here. If you want to add your airdrop here, 80% would be airdrop. So let's say you put in your $20 here, then I mean, what, like $5 of that is going to be in wrap pulse. You can just put it in there if you want to keep your airdrop. That's personally what I would do. It's too early in the bull run or the accumulation phase to be selling any coins at all, right? I'm not selling anything here. I'm just holding and farming and compounding. There is a Fiat Maxi. Now, this is all of their protocols. You've got Fiat, Wrapped, Pulse, and We Fiat. This is Wrapped eFiat. So this is eFiat, that was launched or airdropped to the guys that sacrificed for Fiat. There's an RH Maxi, personally my favorite. You can sort here by which one gives you the most APR. See, the RH Maxi one is going down quite a lot already compared to the others, but they're all pretty much the same. Very, very close to each other. There you can see the breakdown by holding it on the star. Your swap fees APR, your staking APR, minimum Phux APR, and the maximum Phux APR. The minimum and the maximum which you would be earning. Prime Phux, we've talked about that one. Here is the Maxi. If you're a fan of the Maximus ones, there is P Hex here, P Maxi, P Desi, P Lucky, P Base, and P Trio. If I mean, there's so much. Yeah, it's a lot of value here, right? If you've got your staking ladders in these Maximus liquidity liquid tokens, here you can go ahead and stake it and earn on top of that. Not only is your hex earning, yeah, so that's pretty cool. The Fiat, the Yeet one, if you want to get rid of your airdrop, the quad pool. This is P Hex, Wrapped Pulse, P Hedron, and Pulse X. That's an interesting one. Here is Alex's Hedron, P Hedron, P Hex, W Hedron, Icosa, and Wrapped Icosa. So the Ethereum side and the P Hex side together in liquidity. You can see how this is supporting our ecosystem, right? This is not a and as more liquidity ports over to this side, our APRs on the V1 Pulse X is also going up in value. So yeah, I mean, the competition is really good. This really does uplift the whole ecosystem. And the whales get better order execution on their stables as well. This is Wrapped Pulse and Wrapped UC. You can see it's called the risk parity because this is probably the most riskier liquidity pool for impermanent loss, because if Pulse X does 100x at the end of the day, you're pretty much just sitting on USDC. But what is good about Balancer is it does, once again, it doesn't have to be 50-50. This can be weighted 60% Pulse and 40% stablecoin, which is cool, which is about 10% less. Now, these are rough numbers, 10% less, probably 5% less impermanent loss. The RH Maxi we've talked about, Native Comp, Wrapped ETH, Wrapped Pulse, Wrapped BTC, and Bridged Stable Pool. Awesome. Okay. Once again, I'm also learning, just like you guys. I've just take a look at it, looked at it before. So yeah, here's the beats. This is, we've talked about beats before. This is the protocol that I can actually come stake in here. Beats, PHEX, and PulseX. Interesting. So yeah, all of you can go ahead and to take a look at these coins here. Let's take a look at the swap. You can get exposure to that, any of those, let's call them indexes, right? By buying Richard token. This will give you exposure to the Richard Maxi pool. There is also an Alex pool. There you go, Alex Hedron Maxi. And you can see the description of the pool just under the name. You can see RH Maxi over here. Yeah, so that is pretty cool. Here are your Phux incentives at the claim button. Here you can claim your tokens. Then there is VFux, which is for voting. You need to stake your Phux token to get this VFux, and this gives you voting right to vote on which pool or which of these pools that you want to see on the main page. And every 7 days, there are new votes. So this is a little bit more complex. Do take a look at it. Yeah, I told you guys what I am personally doing. Once again, just to summarize what I'm doing, I have a X stake coming out. I'll be porting it over to PulseChain side and then going into this Richard Hart Maxi for the rewards, for to support the protocol, and hopefully Buck rewards us with another airdrop in the future. The first round. Now that is, like I said, hopefully, right? This is speculation. It's not financial advice, right? But yeah, just 100% transparency. That is what I'll be doing. And the only token that I don't have is the 5% incentive. And just looking at the chart, this is probably where you should be interested in getting some incentive token. It does look like incentive token wants to go a little bit lower versus Pulse, but either way, that's that. Yeah, Buck and the PH team are building some of the best products on PulseChain. Yeah, and I like that they did this. I like learning about new protocols and using new things. It's good that this is a protocol that has performed pretty well, right, throughout the bear market. Let me just remove some of these indications because this can get confusing to new people. Yeah, so it's just another token. So yeah, and that Phux token I can then sell off and maybe keep it, add it to the Prime Phux where you add it with Pulse, or just sell it on the market for something else, whatever you want to do. But that's personally what I'm doing. I am quickly going to go over some of the PulseChain charts. Now, we've seen BTC take off, right? Chilling above 30K. Many people are still saying this is a bear market. Okay. It's probably their first rodeo. We do have, although bearish divergence is not hasn't happened yet, this is a little bit risky here because the RSI is a lot lower than it was back here. And I should change the color so everyone can see. So this is called bearish divergence as momentum is down, but the price action is not yet higher. I'm just saying that this is possible that this is forming on the weekly chart. So either way, what could happen here is that we can have a massive rally, like all the way up to 40K. And this will push the RSI all the way to the oversold area, the 70 area. That would invalidate the bearish divergences. This bearish divergence would be formed but not confirmed if we close higher on this week, higher than 30K, 30K and $300. So yeah, if the price closes above there this week and not a lot higher, pushing this RSI up, that would be kind of scary, which would mean that we might have some consolidation at the least or a significant pullback. The dollar is showing some strength today. We need this to continue downwards, right? This is lower lows. So yeah, I wouldn't think too much about it. But there was bullish divergence here because this was a lower low. So yeah, this little rally up here would have been suspected if I had actually looked at this chart, and it's now been confirmed because it broke out. So the dollar has a little bit of strength. Let's see if it can break above the 104 area. That would be concerning for our risk assets. That would put BTC a little bit on the back foot. The 2-year rates rising a little bit. This also puts risk on risk assets. BTC just getting rejected at this level. We need to close the area above here. We're already getting into a little bit of an oversold area, but there's a lot more upside. We can see how much time we spent in here. Bitcoin dominance shows us that the altcoins still haven't had really a chance to do anything. And we might have to wait a little while longer because no bearish divergences yet. This can go a bit more higher, but it is a little bit oversold here. Even on the weekly chart, we're getting in danger areas where people would start looking for reversals. It's already took a lot of momentum to get it up to these areas up here. Let's go back to our PulseChain ecosystem. I'm not going to spend too much time here. This was an M if we disregard the weekly candles, which is the opposite of good market structure. On the 12-hourly, the stochastics are pointing down. It does look like we want to come down in the PulseChain ecosystem after this bounce. Remember, I told you we need to close candles above this line. No wicks. The wicks have been rejected once and twice already. Selling coming in right at the so-called sacrifice area. But if you had any type of bonus, this was not where your sacrifice rate is at. So lots of profit taking we're seeing here. The stochastic on the daily actually crossed down. The RSI is pretty much in the middle, which is not where we wanted. We wanted to get oversold or in the oversold area. So yeah, I'm not really excited about the price chart. I'm just excited about all of the farming opportunities, right? Not getting shaken out or anything like that. I'm looking for more opportunities with the coins that I have. Just PulseX will tell you the story of, or PulseChain itself, PLS will tell you the story of price action. And this created an ugly M, even more weaker than what PulseChain was. And if we close a candle below this 3629 area, we do have a measured move then to the downside because we never broke up here. We never closed candles above this area. I mean, this gives you new lows, the 26% of the sacrifice rate. The RSI is chilling in the middle, concerning, right? Let's look at the ratio between Pulse and PulseX. Technically, the nosebleed section, if I wanted to swap my Pulse for some PulseX, I need to wait for it down here if I wanted to buy some Pulse. The RSI is coming down pretty quickly, nicely. This is Hex versus Pulse. Also getting rejected at this breakout level, not able to break above it, unfortunately. It's not bullish at all. And Bitcoin does this to the altcoins every cycle. It takes the majority of the market share. It's generally just new money coming into the market, as yeah, most of them go to Bitcoin first, then it flows to the larger caps, and then to your medium caps, and then you have a full-blown alt season after that. But first, Bitcoin needs to establish itself, showing a lot of strength, and then profits will flow Bitcoin to Ethereum, to Hex, and then full-blown alt season PulseChain style. So that is Hex versus Pulse. The USD value not bullish at all, failing to break out, and we're looking like we're creating targets to the downside now. Hex has been outperforming, this is Hex on PulseChain, right? Has been outperforming Pulse. We can see the steady uptrend here, now actually falling below the uptrend, creating bearish market structure. If we invert this chart, it would look very bullish. It would look like a reversal, right? Because this is a little W, and if we put on the line chart, you can see the shallow W. And if we break close candles above the 100, let's say 129 below, in this case, because I inverted it, you do have a topping signal or a reversal to the other side. And this would mean downward pressure for Hex wrapped or Pulse Hex versus PulseChain. I can't be interested up here. You can see how high the RSI is. It's at 55. This needs to come down a lot for me to be interested in swapping my PulseChain for PHEX. Let this come down. 8-bit Hex needs to be wrecked before. That's pretty harsh, but it doesn't need to be. He needs to be humbled before this can go up again. I'm not trying to pick on him. It's just retail, right? If he's got like amazing, this is with anybody, and if they've got amazing opportunities, why are they sharing it with you? Just think about that. Right? Okay, so yeah, this needs to come down a lot versus PulseChain. I'm pretty sure if you look for it, you'll find divergences here. The incentive token we've talked about, it is in value. If you wanted some PulseChain or incentive token here for your PulseChain, go right ahead. This is where the little old lady would be interested. But then she needs to know how to manage risk. And if it sounds like I'm telling you to buy, that's not what I'm doing. There are other things to take into consideration, including risk management. That means how much you're going to be risking, how much of your portfolio percentage you'll be risking on this. You need a plan before doing this. I'm just trying to get some perspective. This is the Hex versus EHEX. Sorry. This is the ratio between the two, just tagging along, creating these indecision candles, still have higher lows. Yeah, so it does look like it's on a steady uptrend. And until we maybe break between these, or probably this line here, this is where structure would have been changed, right? And it would become bearish if we start closing candles below here for EHEX versus PHEX. Okay. Hedron, Wrapped Pulse, Kick, the token that I've created. I've left the Telegram channel down below. So if you want to chat to me about this channel, about this coin, go ahead and add me there. That is the only place that I would probably reply to you if you guys want to chat. So go ahead and do join the Telegram. It doesn't mean you need to buy this coin, right? we're just growing the channel. And then again, we can probably take a look at Beats as it's been listed on Phux, right? There's a large team behind this. They've got a lot of money. They also did a sacrifice. But, and we should probably take a look at it versus PulseChain because we want to farm more Pulse, right? We can see that it is come into value in the reload zone a few times already. I want to get more in this area down here as I've already sold half on a double from my sacrifice. It's slightly in the real or in the nosebleed section. We wanted to get down to these levels, and 3 beats per pulse chain is probably where I want to be interested. This is the 786 to rebuy that half that I've already sold. And then maybe staking some in the Phux.io ecosystem. Let me show you guys the beats pool. Polly wants a bootstrap. There's beats and die over here. Let's just, yeah, okay, no, it's sorted. Native comp, ETH pool, pulsing for fiat, fiat to fiat, incentive bull, pulse X, pulse comp. Okay, so here is the largest beat pool. It has 3K liquidity in here, so I'll probably add some in here, but I actually wanted here beats with Richard Hart classic sorts, beats, PHEX, and Pulse X. I actually sold my beats for Pulse X, so yeah. So yeah, that is a comprehensive analysis of where things stand. What I'm doing with the Phux.io protocol with some of the prices that look cheap, and I see you guys don't have any questions. What's up, Hazel? I hope you are doing well. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Harry, thank you for the comments. Greywald, to you as well. I hope I've answered all of the questions. Sorry for being on the wrong screen. Eventually, I will figure it out. This is the third stream with EV Mukes thus far. So eventually, I will get into the rhythm of things. And I think it's already been 45 minutes. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Cheers for now, and remember, always play from a position of strength, and please do not get wrecked. If you are playing around with other coins, use small percentages, right? Don't risk your whole portfolio. It's not worth it, right? Cheers for now, and bye-bye.